in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Ohio!
Now Hundley. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
They run Devontae Freeman, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Throwing Hundley. He hits Baldwin right side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball at the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down.
Here we go. White, 90. White, 90.
He'll drop to throw. This one complete to Devontae Freeman. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 12 yards and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain. His guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together. And he will score! Touchdown, Seattle! Doug Baldwin, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Janikowski good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out to kick is Janikowski. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
4 down, check, 4 down.
This time Wilson will throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They go play action with Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Tyler Lockett past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 78 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown.
Brandon, I loved his game in college, and I thought he would translate well as a pro. Boy, did he exceed my expectations. Another punt return for a touchdown.
Busted onto the scene as an all-pro returner as a rookie. He's not looking back. Janikowski adds the extra point, and it's now 14-0. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Hey. 4 down. Check 9.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Going deep for Diggs. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treat it as such.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
12. Zebra.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man as Thielen is complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. To throw again is Wilson. He sets to fire deep. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. There's no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you get your best people in the area to try and take that away.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now it's Lockett. He spins free. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. And out now come the Seahawks. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. He'll be dropped at the 30. With a shifty move, got him a couple extra on the play. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Looking to throw. Gets it to Strong. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got Lockett. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2.
Flex round! Flex round! We got 3. We got 3.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
On play action, they'll throw. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Here's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
19. 14.
Wilson from his end zone on 3rd and long. Lets it fly for Thielen. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll power his way up near the 25. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Let's go!
On 2nd down, Freeman takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go! Brad 38! Brad 38! Push!
They'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
19.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's 3rd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. They go play action now. Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Completes it to Dixon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide it. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round!
Back back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's brought down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Hey, we talked about Adam Thielen a little bit last year, didn't we? Possession receiver, makes some tough catches, gets it done, and he's a homeboy. Grew up very close to the Twin Cities.
And showing those possession receiver skills right there to pick up the first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it now out of the gun. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. Now Wilson on 2nd down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now it's Wilson. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Cook. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16.
Right there. Gotta go.
Operating from the gun, Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Brendan Langley picks it. There he goes, right side. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play. And it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy. So that sophomore season, it's big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year one. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. Janikowski good with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Back to the air, Wilson after the pick 6. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Second and 10 now, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Check 13. Check 13.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the 3rd. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On 2nd down, Wilson. And Diggs has it. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They run the counter with Cook. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to go out of bounds at the 30-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Shotgun.
They run again on first down. Cook. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Again, this is Cook, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Malik McDowell there to make the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Vikings on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6.
Gotta go. We got 3, fellas.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Tackle made there by Haloti Ngata.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. It's caught. Lockett. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. The intended target, Doug Baldwin, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now come the Vikings. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
14, front it. Let's go deep.
They start the drive with Cook, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now it's the backup Cousins. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Cousins now on second down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's brought down. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Spurs.
Left side, Cook. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Here we go. Hey, Steamer.
They go play action. Cousins. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long.
let's go. Zebra, zebra, zebra. Zebra, zebra, zebra. There's that.
Cousins now. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The kick by Carlson is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Ohio! Ohio! Under 10, under 10. Flex round! Flex round!
Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter.
Ohio! Ohio! Everyone's got 4 down.
Throwing, Hundley. He's got his man on the crossing route. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They were in zone defensively, went with a crossing route. It's always interesting to watch that chess match.
Yeah, and I think safeties don't mind crossing routes against zone because eventually you're going to run into their territory. And that's when they lick their chops in order to get the big hit or a play on the ball.
Offensively, nice execution to find a hole, make the catch.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Second down, Cousins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. The Vikings on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Two. Move.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Brendan Langley picks it, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Janikowski now for the point after. Janikowski adds the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota.
Yellow.
Now Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
Two.
Cook following the penalty. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
That's it, baby.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And that's incomplete.
See, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game.
The Vikings on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15.
Gun.
Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Returnable for Lockett. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Come on, let's go. White, 90.
Freeman again. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Now Hundley. This complete to Lockett. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Seahawks on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Penny. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's brought down. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Hundley now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go. White, 90. White, 90.
On the counter, Devontae Freeman. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
4 down, 4 down.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
4 down, check.